Welcome to Inside Builder channel, Python experts and my dear friend. Django explained first project and app. How is it done? In order for you to start the first Django project, you must have installed the Django library in your operating system. If this is the first video you have directly landed upon, I would suggest you to take a look at the related videos in the playlist on Django overview as well as installing Django virtual environment. Those videos will help you to come up to speed in no time. In this video, we are going to look at how to start a project and also how to work with the application. We will also see how to initiate the server and do some additional activities like creating super user, etc. We will also understand the project layout inside the Django project. This is very important as we will be using Vim. I'll be primarily using the Vim Editor and to work with the Vim Editor as well as the Linux terminal to work with Django projects. This is on the contrary to most of the videos that I have seen in the YouTube as well as in various courses. The reason why I prefer Vim as my IDE as well as Linux terminal for executing my applications is it's very minimalistic. There is no additional overhead on my system or my operating system. Second issue is IDEs abstract away and hide lots of complications that as a developer must know. So these things I'll be sharing in this particular discussion in this series of videos also. In this way, what will happen is once you start building your own website and if you start working on your own projects, you will exactly know how to resolve the challenges in the wild. In the web servers that you are going to host your websites, it's not going to have an IDE. You will be working with bare minimum terminals and you might have to do some modifications. Also, you might work with GitHub and you might have to push the repo to the web servers and you need to work in an environment where you will not have access to IDEs. I believe that I have this particular video will have lots of interesting information for you to learn, and do leave a like and share it with others. Subscribe to my channel for further updates on similar kind of videos. With that said, next we will be going to the command line interface for starting the steps that you are shown here. So let us go to the command line interface. As you can see here, I have already inside the Django projects folder. If you guys want to know where to get access to the Django projects, I would suggest to take a look at this particular repo. The link will be shared with you guys, and this repo will contain the necessary code as well as the presentations also that you are seeing here. You can take a look at that. Also, the web framework. This is the first time I'm showing this particular website to you guys. You can take a look at this particular website, Django project, which provides exhaustive information on how to work with Django libraries, and also it provides lots of tutorials also. Or else, if you still need some more clarification, always leave a comment and I'll be able to support you as soon as possible. With that said, let us go back to the CLI. The environment that I'm already in is called as DJ_env. This particular environment has the various libraries already installed. So I'm going to show you guys the various libraries installed. As you can see here, these are the various libraries that is installed, and you can see the Django related libraries here. Let us begin with the first step of creating the project. Since I will not be using any IDEs, I want you guys to follow this particular path that you are seeing here. This path will show you the exact location where the code is getting executed. So this is the path where the code is getting executed, and this is the environment, the virtual environment, Python virtual environment, and this is the username or the Linux prompt. First command that I'm going to use is start project, and the project name is project_1. This is once I create this, once I execute this command, what will happen is I will have an additional folder. So you can see project_1 is the additional folder that you have got. Let us go back to the browser for a moment. You can see that Django project 1. So this is the project 1 that we have already created, and this will contain all these files. So let us check that right now. Let us go to CLI and let us do a clear and let us do an ls. Let us go into project_1 and let us do an ls. You will be surprised to see that where are the views, URLs, etc. But you can only see the manage.py. So manage.py is one of the important script that orchestrates the Django projects. If you do an ls on project 1 here, this is where you will find the settings, URLs. You still don't find the views.py and urls.py. So the reason is that we have to create them in the way we want. You can use the fetch command and create views.py, and if you want, you can create the models also. The models are usually left to the application. So I'll be showing that in a couple of minutes. Let me move the views. I made a mistake here. The views file that you see here, this views file should be inside this project_1. So I'll be using views and I'll be moving it there. So now if you see, it will be inside my project_1. So you can see that now I have views here, I have URLs. There's no models or there's no templates. So those things will come later. At this moment, we are going to only understand how the project gets initiated. Apart from that, you see here the entire path. So we are inside the Django project, inside the project1 folder, and inside that there is one more project_1 folder. So this is kind of a confusing step that it took some time for me to understand. In this location, in this particular path, is where the Django project as well as the Django applications will get populated. Let me show you how. Let us do Python 3. Before that, I want to do Django admin because I'm going to create the application right now. So I'm going to say start app _1. So the moment I create this, you'll see that another one folder has got created, app _1. It is in the same level of project _1. So this is Django project and this is first app under this project. What we are going to do next is we are going to first of all go into the project and we have to do some settings now. So in order to do the settings, we are going to go into Vim and we are going to open Settings.py. If you guys are new to Vim Editor, it's actually one of the most easiest editor that you can come across. You don't need to learn all the things that is available inside Vim. So there are a couple of commands that you need to practice. So first and foremost, let me open this Vim Settings.py. If you are new to Vim, I would suggest that first and foremost you need to remember that escape will change the mode inside the Vim. So inside Vim there are 3 modes. Normal mode, that is the regular mode that the file will open in, and then there is insert mode. So once I do an insert, you'll see that I can start entering the words here. So you can see the letters that is getting typed in this location. You can see that. But if I am in normal mode, then I will not be able to type. So you'll see that I'm not able to type, but something else is happening. In case of the Vim that you're seeing here, I'm using space Vim. So the output that you will get in your system will be different, but the commands will be same. In normal mode, there are certain commands that will help you to move around the file. So you see that I'm moving around the file, but I'm not using the mouse here. So I'm using the J, K, L, and H for moving the cursor. So you can see the cursor here. This is the cursor. So you can see that I'm using K to move up, J to move down, H to move left, and L to move right. So this is a little bit difficult to keep track. So L actually moves right and H moves left. Okay. The reason why it has been allocated like this is if you see your keyboard. Let me show you. So here you see that we have H, J, K, L. So L is in the right side, H is in the left side, J will move down, K will move up. So this is how the movement keys are associated with Vim. So you need to remember how to move the cursor using these 4 keys on your keyboard. And let us go back to the CLI. And once you are in the CLI, once you have mastered this, so give it some time, you will master it in no time. And once you are in the place where you have to do some editing, then you can click on the I key. So once you click on I key, then you can say insert. So I can say insert here. Insert here. So this will start inserting the characters that you want. So like this you can start working on. Second thing that you need to remember is that if you want to exit Vim, so you have to press escape, whatever you are doing. So if you are in insert mode or normal mode or whatever it is, always press escape. So anything goes wrong, press escape in Vim. So there is normal mode, insert mode, visual mode. So I discussed to you about normal mode and insert mode. Now I will show you what is visual mode. When you say visual mode will allow you to select. So once you are in visual mode, and you can use the same H, J, K, L keys to move, but this time you can select the text on the scripts or the text document that you're working on. So here I'm selecting it, and after that, once you're selected, you can do some operation on it, or you can delete it. So for deleting, you need to use D key. So once you click on D key after selecting, it will delete. By default, after you do anything in the visual mode, it will go to normal mode. So we have seen how to work with normal mode, how to work with insert mode, and how to work with visual mode. So in order to move between the normal to insert mode, you have to press I key. If you have to move to the normal mode, you have to press escape. And in order to move to the visual mode, you have to press V, that is visual mode. In this settings.py, you have to come down to the installed apps, and you have to add the app that you created recently. So the app that we created recently was apps_1, and inside the apps app_1. So let me show you so that you cd project app. So inside the app_1, so you will find there is a file called as apps.py. Apart from that, you will also find models.py and views.py. Let's go back to the PDF for a moment. So in the PDF, we saw that the app will contain the views, the URLs.py, the models, and also it can contain the templates. If you are not finding the URLs, then you can actually create the URLs also. So URLs.py also. Let us go back to the CLI. And here you see that we don't have the URLs.py. So you can use fetch to create the URLs.py. Fetch is a Linux command that allows you to create the files. It's an empty file, so you will not find anything there. Any kind of file can be created with fetch. So there is no restrictions. Now that we have created the app, we need to ensure that it is connected to the project. So before we do that, in order to do that connection, we have to check the apps.py. You need to take this app1.config and link it here. App1config. So this is how the project knows that the app_1 belongs to this project. So that is the first thing that you need to do. And second thing that you need to do is, so there are various shortcut keys available in Vim in order to move around. I'm not going to delve deep into that. If you guys want me to do that, do let me know. I will create a separate video on that. But there are lots of videos already available on YouTube. Take a look at it. You will be able to master it in no time. The key to mastering Vim is getting your finger memory up and running. What I mean by finger memory is that the moment you think that you want to move the cursor up, the correct finger has to be pressed. So this comes by practicing. So keep practicing with normal files. Don't practice using very mission critical files. Take any normal script file like this, which you can delete. So if something goes wrong with settings.py, all you need to do is delete the project. You can actually recreate the project. So nothing is going to stop. Nothing is going to be hurt by this. So after you have done the editing, press escape, then press colon. This is the colon that you're seeing here, and then you need to give the right key, that is W, and press enter. So it will say that okay, this much bytes has been written, and then you can quit. So once you do the quit, you have to again press colon and Q. It will quit. In case if you want to quit without writing, then you need to say Q and exclamation mark. That's how you will quit without writing. So now that you have written it, we can quit. So you can use WQ also. It will quit and it will come out. The application has been linked with the project, and now the next step that you need to do is you need to start the server. So in order to start the server, ensure that you are in the location where the manage.py is available. You should not be inside the project.1 folder. It should be outside. So you should be at this level of the path. So keep that in mind. And then if you do Python 3 and manage.py, before doing the run, I will do a check. So this will tell you if there is any issue with the project or with the application. Here you see that there is no any issue. Then you can say run server. So this will start the server. And here you see that it says you have some 18 unapplied migrations. This is because the moment you create the app and the project, you need to inform the backend database that the app and the website has been created. That is what is not yet done. We will look at how to migrate, how to render your first page, etc. in the next video. So stay tuned for that. Let us go to the browser. So once you use control and click this particular link, you will be taken to the browser. So let us go to the browser, and you see that the install has worked successfully. Congratulations. Meaning Django project has been successfully installed. Also, you can check that you can go to admin. So this is one of the URL that is by default should be available. So in this case, it's still not available because we have not migrated the tables. So I will show you how to do that in a couple of next videos. So I will show you how to work with admin of Django projects. If you go back to the PDF, we have seen how to create the project. We have seen how to create an app. We also saw how to use the settings.py to integrate the new app with the project. We saw a couple of commands moving from normal mode to insert mode to visual mode in Vim. As a basic introduction, I suggest that you guys actually take a crash course on Vim as soon as possible. Also, I showed you how to move around the project folders inside the Django project as well as the app project. I believe that you have learned a thing or two from this video. Do leave a like, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel for further updates on similar kind of videos on Django. With that said, I would like to leave this video with 4 words, that is practice, practice, practice.